FPL Fizmo.
How's it going? Welcome to FPL Fizmo, the Fantasy Premier League team where we can only buy players with less than 15% ownership. If a player rises above that threshold, we can keep them, but if they're transferred out, they can't return until they drop below 15% again. It's international break time and there aren't any Premier League matches this weekend. Let's start with taking a look at our Game Week 12 performance. This was by far our best week of the season. The goalkeeper Pope got a clean sheet, 1 save point and 2 bonus for a total of 9 in Burnley's 3-0 win over West Ham. The Leicester pair both got clean sheets and Soyuncu picked up an extra 2 bonus points. The highlight in defence was Alonso not playing, meaning that Tarkowski came off the bench with 12 points for his clean sheet, assist and maximum bonus. The midfield wasn't quite so effective. As expected, David Silva wasn't ready for the Liverpool game after a hamstring problem. McGinn played instead and blanked. Yarmolenko also blanked in a poor West Ham display. Mane scored against Man City and got 7 points, while Martial's brace of assists and 2 bonus earned 10. Up front, Firmino blanked for the 6th week in a row. Abraham scored against Crystal Palace and got 2 bonus, but Vardy was the star player. He equalled Tarkowski's 12-pointer, but it was our captain, so that's doubled to 24 after a goal, assist and maximum bonus. Overall, we scored 90, 17 of which was from bonus points, well above the average of 48. The game week rank of about 6k is in the top 0.1% and means we climb about 1.2 million places to about 820k. That's the first time we've got inside the top 15% or top million this season. This isn't a terrible position for approaching the middle third of the season. So, how's the squad as we look forward to game week 13 and beyond? Some of our players have risen above the 15% threshold and we wouldn't be able to get them back if sold. The first is Mane, who was only available to us for 1 week back in mid-August. Then there's Abraham and Vardy, both of whom we got onto very early. None of that trio are leaving the team anytime soon. My biggest regret is not picking up Lundstrom at Sheffield United, but I fear that ship sailed a long time ago. The other safe players in the lineup are Soyuncu and Chilwell. Leicester are in great form and have nice fixtures up to game week 18, which is away to Man City, and they've kept clean sheets in the last 3 games. With Vardy up front, it means we can't have a Leicester midfielder, but Maddison, Tielemans, Perez and Barnes will share attacking returns. I feel that Vardy and double defence is the best strategy. The top player at risk is Alonso. He's been lucky since I got him in for game week 10, getting a fluky clean sheet against Burnley and not playing any minutes last week, allowing Tarkowski's hold to count. He's too much of a rotation risk, and Lampard seems to have great faith in his younger players. Alonso is 6.2 million, while Tomori is 4.8. Next game is Man City away, so Alonso is out. The next one to be transfer listed is Yarmolenko. He's having restricted minutes, although Lanzini's injury might mean he plays more in the immediate future. The main reason he'll go is that West Ham are looking pretty bad. Fabianski being out isn't helping their confidence. They only have 1 point from their last 5 games. To replace those, I'm thinking of a Sheffield United defender for Alonso and Pulisic for Yarmolenko. Lundstrom isn't available, but 5 other defenders are ever present so far for the Blades. Stevens would be my favourite, but not worth the extra 0.5 or 0.6 million over the other options. I'll probably get Baldock as he's just scored and is about to rise in price. Sheffield United have one of the best defences and their fixtures are pretty good until a horrible run from game week 20 to 24. That will be my one free transfer. Pulisic will probably come in for Yarmolenko, but I'd like to hear more news about his hip injury, which is keeping him out of the international matches. Chelsea have Man City next, so I might leave that transfer until next week, unless there's a very positive indication that he'll play next weekend. It wouldn't be worth a 4-point hit to bring him in otherwise. Now, how about further down the line? Burnley have Watford away and Palace at home in the next two, but then it's Man City and Tottenham. A goalkeeper and two defenders is too much for those. I've got a Liverpool place available, and although the three regular defenders are too highly owned, Alisson is available and Matip may return soon. There might even be another Liverpool slot if Firmino goes. Tomori at Chelsea is tempting as well, and is only 4.8 at the moment, and he seems to be nailed on to play. Doubling up on Sheffield United is another option in the medium term at least. Firmino had a great start to the season, with attacking returns in 5 of the first 6 games. Since then he's blanked in all of the last 6 games, despite some wonderful football. Liverpool have nice fixtures, and I feel sure he's got a massive tally due soon, but I'm not sure I can justify his place while Jimenez is about 2 million cheaper. He's already on 13.4% ownership, and is one of those players who can rack up points steadily, if not particularly explosively. Even if it didn't work out, I could probably get Bobby back again. One argument against is Liverpool's form and fixtures, and bar Mane, Firmino's my only option of their high scoring players. Another consideration is, what would I do with the extra money? None of the premium players are available. Harry Kane has dropped to 15.2, but that's because he and Spurs look so suspect now. There's something not quite right at the club, and I'd need to see that change before being tempted by him, Son or Ali, and certainly not Eriksen, who'll be lucky to get a club to bid for him in January the way he's playing. Here's hoping he doesn't suddenly produce his A game for Monday's match between Ireland and Denmark. Of the other high-priced players, none really stand out as improvements on what is there already. An upturn in form could change that quickly for the likes of Richarlison or Pepe. Putting extra money into the bench is possible. I won't be playing bench boost until much later in the season, but fixture congestion around Christmas and a tricky game week 18 will need better backup. There's still a few weeks to prepare for that. In game week 18, Liverpool's match against West Ham doesn't take place, while Leicester travel to Man City and Chelsea will be away to Spurs. I'm not going to use free hit, as that will be too useful around game week 31. I still have some extra money, so I could upgrade a bench player without doing the Firmino to Jimenez switch. In summary, pre-game week 13, I'll be selling Alonso for Baldock, and the additional move of Yarmolenko to Pulisic is awaiting further news. How's your team looking for game week 13 and further on? Good luck, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week. All the best.
FPL Fizmo.